It's time for sports with Navajo Stirling, 92 kg King in the Ring champion, looking to add a second bout to his resume. Moving up to heavyweight, 100 kg. I guess, first of all, how's that process been for you? Has it been any different through fight camp? Or is it
Uh,
is it more a case of you just don't have to worry about
yeah,
your weight too much?
yeah, not having to worry about like my weight takes a bit of stress off, and yeah, can have a bit more food, so a bit more happier, but always kind of like keeping it strict, not letting myself go too much. Feels good having like more energy. Like I don't feel like I have to kind of starve myself or feel a bit tired, but yeah, so feeling real strong, and yeah, that's probably like the um biggest thing I've noticed through this camp. So yeah.
What do you walk around at normally?
Uh not too much heavier, probably like 102 to 105. So it's mainly just been trying to keep that weight through this camp. Because usually I just start shredding down, and so I was trying to eat up to keep my weight. So yeah.
Fair enough. And have you fought at this heavier weight before, or is this going to be something completely new for you?
I fought at 100 kgs once. So I remember how that felt. And yeah, I remember just being quite happy with like my diet and stuff outside of training, and not having to worry about it. It's like that stress factor is like takes a huge bit off. And I don't really like cutting weight, even though people see me get down. I I don't like it, but I'm disciplined, I'll do it. But yeah, not having to do it with this one, it's real good.
For non-fighters, just how stressful is sort of managing a weight cut, particularly in like the week before weigh-ins?
I think it is quite stressful because I think if you've never done it before, you get told all this science about it, and you just a lot. I see a lot of people panic, but people that have been doing it for a while, they're just like it's just normal, going through routine and water loading and stuff. And yeah,
That's sweet. And the field is a pretty strong field. Obviously we've got your old foe in Natula Uli, who's back in it. You beat him to claim the 92 kg title. I mean, that was his fourth time as runner up. He might have seen your name come in and be like, "Oh man, here we go again." Just what do you make of
yeah.
the field, and what are you expecting on Saturday night?
Uh, I think 92 is like a weight harder for him to get down to. So at 100, he's probably a little bit more comfortable, and for him, probably not having to worry too much about the weight is will probably give him a bit of a boost going forward. Me, I'm not really too worried because you never know how the draw's going to play out. So I don't really focus on one guy. Um, there could be any one of those guys to come through. You just can't predict who's gonna be in front of you, through the night. So you just have to let it all go on that first one, otherwise you're not gonna make it through. So yeah,
Yeah, it's interesting hearing from different fighters about how they approach the sort of 8-man competition with, potentially having three fights in one night. A lot of people say try and pace yourself. Some say just try and get the first one done early so you get a
yeah.
little bit more of a rest. What's your take on that?
Depending on how the fighter comes out in the first, I think who you match up with, if you can. I try not to game plan. I just let it go to the way I see it. Sometimes a guy, he might see me and be like, "Shit, this is the final." This I'm gonna come out the best version of me. I feel like that's the kind of ride I'm gonna get going through to the 8-man. Everyone's just gonna give their best for me. So me knowing that, I've just gotta be a little bit smart on how I'm taking each fight, or even just the first fight, make sure, I'm not getting it away. I think last time when I had I got a 8 count in the first round, so that took like a heaps of pressure because those knockdowns score big in kickboxing. So I remember the first one. As soon as I scored the knockdown, it was more so just feeling out the rest of my weapons. I knew he wasn't going to get the next 2 rounds following, so it's just feeling it out. I know I've got it in the bag. I don't need to rush it. I just practice all the moves I've been working on, and then when I come back from the locker room, coach just went over everything that we just done and what I could do better, and then it's just like, because most of the time when you have a fight, just a one-off fight night, you come back after your fight like, man, I wish I could go back out there again and just add these 2 things, and I would have done so much better. And that's the beauty of the 8-man for me, is that you come back, you can just quickly correct all those little adjustments, and then go out a second one, just come out firing. Everything's on point. There's no nerves. You've already fought. You know what it's like being in there. So going in that second one, it's like, let it all go.
You recently made the move from Lion Pit in Wellington up to City Kickboxing in Auckland. What was the thought process behind that move?
It's more so opportunity. It's just there's so much more opportunity up here in Auckland. Wellington, the fight scene isn't that big down there, so pretty much as soon as I step foot here, it's like, man, people live and breathe it here. There's your casual goers talking to me about fighting. I wasn't used to that, so I feeling that made me know, like, yeah, I've made the right decision. I'm in the right place. There's more opportunities here. City Kickboxing was the first one on my list. My brother was training there, and I know quite a few people there as well. So it just seemed like the right thing to do. I left on good terms with my last gym, and they wished me all the best. So yeah, no, it's worked out awesome.
How did you find your first sparring session at City? Obviously, there's a few of the top guys training out of there these days. I imagine it was a little more intense than you might have been used to.
Yeah. I think I'm quite experienced enough to know the levels and that. So feeling like the top guys, training with them is real good. I mean, first night I'm training with Davo and all the other guys, and sparring them is like, I'm a kid in the candy store. They're just, a lot of big dudes too, because usually I'm used to sparring lightweights and middleweights or just whoever we can muster up. But yeah, having all these great champions around me is awesome. It's a great environment to be a part of, and it's mean.
Who's going to be in your corner on Saturday night?
Doug Viney, he's been training me for this camp pretty much every day. So yeah.
Sweet. And with, obviously, you've come from Lion Pit, you got your blue belt down there in jiu-jitsu. When's the jump to MMA coming? I know you've had a few fights sort of lined up, but are you looking to do
Yeah.
things more sort of permanently MMA at some point?
Yeah. I'm just trying to, work around, whatever comes in front of me, and just my work life and stuff too, and trying to tune in like all the training and that, and really mold it all together. I was training MMA as soon as I got here, and then I kind of taped it off just to focus on this 8-man a little bit more. But yeah, I'm hoping to jump straight into the cage at some point. Probably after this, I'll probably have a rest and then focus on that. But I still would like to compete in kickboxing.
With like you said, you have to deal with work as well as training. Again, for those of us who don't have this sort of hectic schedule, just how tough is it to stay committed to making every training session as well, as having a full workload?
Uh, Yeah, it's pretty tiring and can be real stressful, but I mean, man, everything in life is hard, you just gotta kind of choose your hard. So, I'd rather be doing this than anything else. So, um, that gives me the motivation to get to those trainings. I love going to them. It's not like I don't love it. So, I think that's what pushes me through. It's just a passion for the sport.
And King in the Ring this weekend is going to be on TVNZ on Duke again. It's a pretty cool thing for me as a combat sports fan just to see it on free to air TV.
Yeah.
You fought on the last card. Um, do you feel like fighting on the free to air thingy will make a difference?
Yeah, yeah. I think because now everyone can see there's like not really any excuse. It just uh for those kind of things, those moments, being on a free to air channel, you never know who's watching. There could be young kids watching. That's like how it all kind of starts for some people. They're they're gonna remember like, whoa, the Flash of Blonde guy. I remember him being this big champion. Like people talk about the K1 guys, back in the day. So, being them being on free to air channel, this is what they're gonna remember. It's gonna create sparks in other young people around or people that have never trained before, and like, whoa, it's big for the sport and for my kind of profile as well. So yeah, I'm excited to be on the TV and Z. It's going to be mean.
And sort of looking at the career as a whole, where do you want to take it with the sport? Yeah, in
Uh,
kickboxing or mixed martial arts.
I'm not too sure. I try not to think too far ahead. Um, I try to just take focus on my next fight, but I just want to take it to be the best that I can be and give the sport all I got. And I think I have like a lot of potential to go real far. And I don't know where they might make me end up, but I feel like I have the right people around me. You know, so long as the opportunities arise, I'm willing to take them. And yeah, I think I can go real far.